I'm glad I started recording on that note. Hi, welcome to episode 1 of Dorm Room Stories. Stop laughing.
It's the first episode, first 10 seconds, and I grab your thigh.
Is that just the tension we're gonna have the whole time? Every comment would be like the sexual tension between these two is wild. If we get listeners.
He's straight.
He's not.
Welcome to Dorm Room Stories. Stories told in the dorm. We're on episode 1 today. This is our first start. We haven't done this. We're both streamers. We both stream. But, decided we were going to take some break from video games and try something new, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Try and bring a podcast to life and probably fail miserably. But, hey.
We'll have fun while we do it.
We'll have fun, yeah. I don't care if people don't listen. We're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to look back at this and think we're cringe and hate it, but, you know, that's what you do.
In our 20s and be like, huh,
why did we do that?
Why did we do that?
It's crazy you say we'll be in our 20s, but, like, we're very close to that age already.
Already in college.
Already in college, already near 20 years old. So.
My bad, I got distracted.
This man.
Very easy.
Easy.
To distract.
Wow, this is starting great. This is starting so great for us, isn't it? Alright.
Main point of this podcast is we've got, you know, people can send them in, or we can tell personal ones, or
we'll look them up.
Yeah.
We'll look them up. Mainly it's just to tell stories. I mean, it's just to have a good time and tell stories and just...
Yeah, show what the average life of a college student is.
Yeah. Stories amongst us, what we've experienced in our time here. I've been here longer than he's been here, but he still has stories. I mean, he's seen...
Oh, yeah.
He's seen some hell.
Both in
different studies.
So
we've been through hell, and my dorm mates are different studies than me too, so they've gone through hell. So
we got some good ones.
There's definitely people we can bring in to tell stories. That'll be fun. We'll bring in like maybe my roommates for an episode, or maybe your new roommates for an episode, or
definitely not my old one.
That's the story that we shouldn't share yet.
How would you like to start?
We can't start with a banger. That's the thing, because then every episode has to live up to the first episode.
I don't know. I say we start with a pretty good one though.
Yeah,
we do want to start off with a bang.
It's hard. It's really hard to like first thing, because we didn't prep for this. If you can't tell,
we just got off. Stream.
Yeah, we got off stream. We opened Pokemon cards, and we're like. And we're like, fuck it, we're going to start the podcast today, right now. Because this is how we do things, apparently. This is what every episode's going to be like. Oh, boy.
I got a real good one.
All names said are not real names. We're not sharing real names. We're not sharing locations.
Yeah, we'll use real simple names, like if it's a guy, Bob, John, easy shit.
Susie.
I'm just going to start. I don't even think I need to name a name. Woke up real late. Got to school, and my buddy, he's 21, his other buddy was 21, they had previously went to a pub, chilling out, and I guess they came home, and they were still in their car, and our public safety had come up to their car, and they had some apple juice, sitting in their center console in a can. And you know, public safety, our officers are super cool, but they rolled up and just parked right in front of his car. Closed him up. And his idea was not to run, not to stay in his car. He crushed the can down as much as he could. Still full, but crushed it in his center console. Whoa. Got out and tried to talk to the officer.
Oh no.
He succeeded in talking to the officer, tried to clean his car while the officer was leaving, got back into his dorm, and ended up falling asleep in the bathroom.
Oh no.
Woke up, not knowing what bathroom he was in, and projectile vomited under his door with his head still on his bath mat. I now live there.
That's now my room.
That's now the bathroom that I use regularly.
You gotta think about that every time you use the bathroom.
Same bath mat. It was clean, but same bath mat. Every time I walk in, I'm just like, huh. That's where the action went down.
That's where it happened, baby. Let's go.
Didn't remember 90% of the night. Amazing. That's 90% of the stories.
So now I have a story.
Apple juice.
So this happened off campus. We were hanging out at a friend's place. We'll call him Fred. Call him Fred. And we were there and we were having a good time and talking and whatnot. We're sitting on the balcony and someone had a vape. And
do I know this
story? You do. And we're sitting on the balcony of his apartment, and someone had a vape, and they were like, "Ooh, that's really burnt." And Fred walks over and goes, "Ooh, man, can I hit that?" And we all went, "Nah, you shouldn't. It's really burnt. It don't taste good."
Fred was a couple in.
Yeah, Fred was a few down. And he goes, "Ooh, let me try that." And we're like, "You don't want to. It doesn't taste good. It's burnt." And he's like, no, it's fine. He grabs it out of my friend's hand, hits it, and goes, "Oh, that's terrible." Freaks out, so upset. Hands it back to my friend, and then we all go inside. We're hanging out inside for a little while. It had to have been like a couple hours past.
Yeah.
And he stands up from his desk chair, because he's sitting in his desk chair looking at us in the living room, and he goes, "You know, I want to appreciate you guys letting me hit that burnt vape." And we all just look at him, and we're just like, "We told you it was burnt." And his response was, No, it was. No, you didn't. And we were just so... Then he walked away into his bathroom, and that was it.
What did we do with that vape after?
We stood in the balcony.
He lives on the 4th floor balcony.
And we were all standing there, we're like, And I was like, it was real thin.
It was like about that
It
big.
was like this tall. It was like pencil width. And I was holding it. I'm like, "Oh, you could huck this thing." and because you went, "Do it." And I went, boom, and threw it. And you just hear it go.
Right into trees, like everywhere, ricocheting.
We went and found it later. We went and picked it up to throw it away. But it was funny. We did huck the shit out of that thing. It hit like 6 trees on the way down. Just get.
You could hear the first one just ring out.
Oh, it went. Yeah. That was a good one. I don't appreciate you guys letting me hit that burnt vape.
You didn't tell me.
After we told him it was so burnt, it was so bad. Oh
my gosh. Camping trip.
No, which part? Oh, me?
So.
Oh no! I know what stories he's gonna tell.
So, Zach and I.
Hi, hello. How you doing?
Us.
We're here.
We're here. We'll say Fred, because Fred was there.
Fred was there. Same Fred.
And we'll call another person John. There's 4 of us.
Fred and John.
We all decided we were gonna go camping.
Great time, actually. No.
Yeah,
It was an alright time. Could have been better. It was an alright time.
I was gonna tell a story about the little kid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, you know, we just got on site. Like, we got on site previously, went to the grocery store. By the way, the Giant Eagle that we tried to go to was fucking robbed.
Yeah, like, so we get there, and we're like, "Oh, we need to go pick up, like, stuff for s'mores, all this stuff that we need for the trip," because we got there, and we went out to eat when we got there, because it was back towards where I live, and there's a really good Chinese place back towards where I live, so I'm like, we're going there, we're going to eat there, it's great. I think you guys enjoyed it, but you're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me if you disliked it, because I live by this place, and I'll beat your ass if you tell me you don't like it. I love this place.
They had really good orange chicken.
Yeah, and the General Tso's and it always hits. And their crab meat and cheese wontons are fucking
yum.
Yeah, their food's always great. So we eat there, and then we're like, all right, we got to go to Giant Eagle because buddy here, Connor, had a Giant Eagle gift card.
Yeah.
We're going to go Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
It'll be great. So we go out to the Giant Eagle. We only have like an hour before they close or something.
Yeah.
So
go quick.
so we got there, and as we pull in and we're coming up to the front doors, we see a cop car sitting there, and I'm just like, back home that's kind of normal. Like at a store, if a cop car sitting there, usually they're prepared for if something happens. Like that's where they're posted up for the night. So as we roll up, we realize the cops are no longer in their car, and they're just standing at the door.
Yeah.
And as I slow down, go to roll the window down, ask them a question, they immediately go, "Keep driving." Nope, keep driving. And I'm like,
wouldn't even let us
looked it
stop.
up.
They just waved us off.
looked it up, found out that the Giant Eagle had been robbed like maybe an hour before we decided to go. And we were like, "Oh shit!"
Ended up going to Walmart,
Yeah, went to Walmart,
which was fine.
where you can buy guns and groceries at the same time.
Yeah, perfect, right?
Yeah, American
Finally,
dream.
got all our stuff. We got some snacks, got some drinks. Went back to our campsite, and there was just this little kid. Like we were
No,
playing
wasn't it the
catch.
Next no. So when we first arrived, it was still daylight out.
We were playing catch with a football.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had just arrived, and we were kind of goofing around for a minute because we didn't know what to do. And this kid like stopped by our campsite.
Y'all playing football?
Yeah. And then we were kind of like, yeah, we're leaving. Like we'll be back later. Like we probably won't be able to talk to you tonight because we just didn't want to be around this kid because it was really awkward for us.
We were all adults.
We're all
Keep
18,
in mind,
all
I had
above 18.
Already turned 18.
Yeah.
Like
So like and it was this little kid, like maybe 5 years old, like.
I'd give him a good 5 or 6.
Yeah, like he was really young, and he was just on his own, like, wandering around this campsite.
With a little walkie-talkie strapped to his chest.
Yeah, and he was on his bike, and we were really uncomfortable because we were like, well, we don't want to get in trouble with this little kid being around us. Like, this is weird, and so we were just like, yeah, we're gonna leave. Like, sorry, buddy, and he went on his way. So then the next morning, after we had like slept the night and all this stuff, he he knew his name. Someone, I think he's too nice. And is just like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, friendly to everybody. Tries to be friendly to being first people.
He was just a little kid.
And
I wanted to be nice
just a little kid. And so all we hear at like 10 in the morning.
9 or 10 in the morning, this kid is screaming outside of our tent my name.
Yeah.
Connor! We were dead asleep. Like, we
woke
were all
up to
out.
this kid
Woke up
calling
to this
for
kid
Connor.
outside of our tent yelling my name.
It was so funny. And
Wild.
looking back on it's hilarious, but like in the moment it was so weird.
It was.
And
we were not intending on having a kid during a camping trip.
no, not having a kid
For
crash or a
college students.
camping trip. And wound up being around every time we were outside the tent. He was around, and we had to like make it a point to try and avoid this kid because it made us very uncomfortable to be around him.
Yeah, like this kid, his parents weren't at the campsite.
It was his grandparents,
He was with his
him and his sister.
It was during like a trick or treating event.
Yeah, which means they took him there because of this,
Yeah,
like all the Halloween
yeah.
stuff they were doing, which was way before Halloween. It was like a month before
It was
Halloween.
like a month in,
Yeah, it was like a month before Halloween, but they close before
Campsites,
Halloween, so they do a Halloween event before. There were these girls there that worked for the campsite. Very cute.
I was not single at the time.
He was not.
I am now.
Looking back on it,
They were really cute.
yeah.
And they were flirty too.
Yeah, I was low key like, oh, I should get their number. Then also was like, oh wait, I don't want to do that. Cause confidence issues, all that stuff. Beautiful. So the kid happened. That was interesting. That was a rough time
Little tiny
dealing
bit.
with that.
I've been here for a bit.
So the one night we were chilling around the table. It's a little sneaky what happened. We were talking and we were all a few drinks down of apple juice.
Yeah, apple juice.
And I look over to Fred and John. Not Fred and John.
Me and John.
It's him and John were sitting on the other side of the table with me. Fred had left. So John and Connor sitting on the other side of me. And I look just directly at like the two of them. And I'm just like, you're so drunk. And John goes, what? Me?
was
No,
super
him.
defensive.
Pointed to Connor and he went, yeah. And
Yeah.
like he slowly turned to look at him. It was fucking hilarious.
We had good times.
We tried.
We don't talk to John anymore.
Nah, John's kind of out of it. We still kind of talk to Fred. I talk to Fred still.
I don't super talk to Fred.
You never talked to Fred in the beginning, though.
Yeah, he looks like a 9th grader.
He's gonna watch this.
Okay. Sorry, Fred.
Sorry, Fred. Nah, I don't know. It was some good times.
I have a lot of stories, but I don't know
How many are shareable?
Well, they're all shareable, just in context. Like, alright. I am a cooking connoisseur student, we'll say. I make food, I'm a culinary student.
And like, what a way to say you do culinary at a school. Cooking connoisseur
Actually,
student.
That. No, I will go with it. Someone told me yesterday that we went to a community college over an Overwatch 2 game.
What?
I was playing Soldier, I kept doming this kid, and he was a Soyorn, and he got so mad, I got him banned because he started cussing me out in messages. But not the point. We have this kid in our school who's from a different country.
Hogwarts? Yeah.
It's not good. Alright.
Well, probably not. And what's the context of
He's from Norway, that's what we'll say. He is from Norway.
Okay.
And at the start, he was a cool kid. Like, we all have issues. We're all culinary students, that's why. But every day he would make a point to talk about he was from Norway. So if we were talking about a farm, well, he was from Norway. He's seen farms. Talking about eating, like, seafood or how to cook it. He's from Norway. He knows how to do it. But one day, we were all chilling at our table. We were making pizza for class. It was like the last day of the quarter. And we were already talking. We were having a good time. We were talking about this burger joint called Six Men, we'll say.
Okay.
If you don't get that one, then
Four fellas.
Four
Six men.
fellas,
Goes by
yeah.
lots of names.
yeah,
3 dudes.
yeah. And he was arguing. He's moved around a lot, which I've also moved around quite a bit. But he was arguing to 2 people that worked there and me, who was starting my shift there, that they ordered pizza at Six Men. He ended up getting in a physical fight with the kid. Turns out, 2 days later, he went to Six Men, the one that I work at, and the one that my roommate was working at the time, and tried to order pizza. They thought he was wasted, so they tried to call the cops on him. Poor kid.
Pizza at
Six Men doesn't have pizza.
Do they have stores outside the country?
No, they're in Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Only? I was say if he's tried it like out of the country, there's a high chance.
It was
like,
in Washington.
Nope.
It was in Washington, our capital of our country.
DC.
It was in DC.
Wild. Because if Six Men was outside the country, I could definitely see them having a different menu options.
He moved here when he was 6. The first story he gave us was he moved here when he was 6. Now he's telling us that he moved here when he was 6, moved back, and then moved back into freshman year. He can't speak it. He doesn't know the language, so we don't know what's going on with him. He doesn't go to our school anymore, though.
Fair enough.
Poor guy. Are they magnetized?
Those are magnets. He's touching things on my desk because we're filming this in my dorm. And he's touching things on my desk.
I'm midway through moving and I don't have a webcam set up. So if I don't even have a PC or a I don't have anything. I have an Xbox. I stream on my console on Twitch, so.
Which sucks, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm really good.
Do better.
I'm literally a god.
Stream. He said that today while we were streaming. Killed 2 people. Went, oh my god.
I 1v4'd. That is a lie. Zach had died in Apex.
Early, very early.
Literally in the first fight, he went down.
I'm really bad at Apex.
He's getting better. We played some arenas and had fun, but literally first 2 people we fought, he got double teamed in a doorway, couldn't get out and got knocked. I repeated to run and knock the first one, run back, kill the second. At 5 health, I took on 2 people, healed, and then took them on again. So at the end of the game, I yelled, I was a god, and got shot down real quick.
Got smited by God. I'm a god.
I went, I'm a fucking god. And he went, hold on now.
And then 5 minutes later, not even, got smited. Immediately.
Bro, it was a 1v2. I can only win. I won 3.
I'm really no help when we play Apex.
I won 3 1v2s in that game. And then repeated to lose my 4th 1v2.
I'm of no help during Apex.
We have a lot of fun though.
I'm usually down most of the time, and he's clutching.
We have a lot of fun. That's not entirely true. You killed that Horizon and Resume.
She was like, what, 2 HP?
He hates himself in Apex.
Literally just 2 HP, get what? And the res.
Devotion.
And just hold left click and hope. What other stories do we got? We can't give up all of our stories. Because we're not going to have any to go through. I mean, we got a plethora on the internet.
We have a lot of stories. It's just
some stuff I feel like we just can't share.
Some we can't share due to the school that we're in. We're all dry campus.
Yes. No drugs, no alcohol.
So we don't do that here. So we don't have a lot of stories from that.
Yeah. Because we're good kids. We don't do that kind of stuff. On campus.
I literally asked why I looked like a stoner, and you stared at me for a solid minute.
Yeah. Like a stoner, I just went, don't answer that. Oh, we do some dumb shit. Our 3 a.m. Taco Bell run. That was wild. We were all sitting there in your old dorm, and John was there, and John's girlfriend, I guess.
John's now girlfriend.
Was not girlfriend at the time. And your other old roommate,
Piss.
call him Bob. Call him Piss Boy.
Do him too much justice.
So
Stay Puff. Stay Puff Marshmallow Man.
Michelin Man. Pillsbury Doughboy.
Shave his head.
Why are we hating on him so much? So Bob was there. John and John's person he was talking to, now girlfriend, whatever. And we're all sitting there talking. And John's girlfriend says, I've never had Taco Bell before.
She's 21, keep it in mind.
Yeah, she's 21. She's never had Taco Bell in her life. Wow. Which, I mean, I guess kind of get, like, her whole family's, like, really into, like, weightlifting and, like, staying healthy. So, like, I get it. But, like, never had it. And I was like, what? So we decided at, like, what, it had to have been, like, 2 in the morning almost. Because this Taco Bell stays open, like, to, like, 4 some days.
Yeah. Because it wasn't the one connected to KFC. Wait, are we allowed to say Taco Bell?
I don't know. I don't care.
I was going to say, I was talking about Five Guys.
Spent all that time trying to avoid saying it.
Well, yeah, you said Taco Bell instead of, like...
I can imagine, because we're not deflaming them, we're just talking about
burrito ring or something. Quesadilla bong.
Quesadilla gong. So we were at Taco Bell, and so we decided to go. It was, like, way late, like, way later than we should have been there. We're all sober. And we went to Taco Bell.
I wasn't.
Shut up. The rest of us were sober. He was off his ass. No, you didn't. We didn't let him drive. He likes to be a big hard ass. So we went. At, like, it had to have been almost 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
had
no,
one
it was pushing like 2:45.
Yeah,
3.
we were there, and we were ordering. He ordered like $20 worth of food.
I ordered 35 in total, but $7 were for a buddy. So
For John.
For John, so not a buddy. So $28 of Taco Bell was mine.
And and I ordered like $20 of the Taco Bell because I'm just fat. Like I just eat a lot of food. He ordered $20-some on his own. Bob ordered like $20 on his own.
We ate a lot.
We ate so much food.
Joette
and we left.
Didn't end up liking Taco Bell.
Joette?
Yeah, Joe's girlfriend, Joette.
I mean, John's girlfriend?
John's girlfriend, Johnette.
You really were committed to calling him Joe? His name's John. Alright, so yeah, that's
Joe, John, Bob, Tim. They're all the same. If you have any of those names, I'm
White
sorry,
man
but it's
names.
just a white old guy name.
so basically
Just be born.
we ate a lot of Taco Bell, went back, we all sat down, and we're all like, we're gonna go to bed. And we all went our different ways as soon as we came. Because we were gonna hang out again after Taco Bell. We're all gonna hang out, chat, and do whatever. But we all wound up going to bed because we were so tired after eating all that Taco Bell. Oh, you know, each ate like $20 worth except for John and John's girlfriend.
John. My mom is coming this weekend.
The hot?
Think about what you just
I'm
said.
aware. I asked a question.
No, it's not. It is not hot. She's coming this weekend to help me move.
Have you already moved?
Physically.
What? What?
Like, I live there, but my stuff isn't all there.
Oh, your new dorm?
We made burgers last night.
Someone made burgers today and burned the fuck out of them.
Oh, is that why your guys' fire alarm?
Yeah! Someone set up a fire alarm cooking burgers. I'm trying to think what other stories we have. Fuck. I don't want this to be like a dry, boring portion of the podcast.
Just trying to think of things that I'm allowed to say.
That is also true. We don't want to incriminate ourselves with anything.
Yeah, if we did have a video camera,
No, because we'd slip up and say each other's names.
I would use gamer tags.
I refuse.
That's gay.
I see. I used to do this. This is when I was really young, but I used to completely separate my online persona with my real life. And so, like, online, if I played with my friends from real life, they had to call me by my gamer tag, and I would not respond to my name because I refuse to let like my online friends know what my real name is. Now I don't really give a fuck because that's just like on my Xbox profile. Like, if someone really wants to know my name, they can just.
I was
look
gonna say
at
my
real
name is on my profile.
Yeah.
But
But back in the 360 days, where your name didn't have to be attached to your profile,
y'all should hit me up on Twitch.
Patient08.
Yeah.
I am Chesmeister1 on Twitch and Chesmeister on YouTube. Free clout from a podcast. I'll probably get no views.
Don't say that. We're gonna be thing, and we're gonna be the most popular people in the world.
We're gonna be better than Joe Rogan podcast.
I don't know who that is. See, that's how popular we
Well,
are.
he's a very popular sports podcast. Not even. He's a very popular podcast in general. He does commentating for UFC. He's the guy that goes in the ring and talks to the fighter after he wins.
Is he like Andrew Tate?
No, he's actually a very chill person. We don't
Just
like
breathe
air.
Dumbass.
He's hateable dumb, and then there's someone like XQC who's just like lovable dumb.
XQC's dumb.
He's so funny dumb though. He's the kind of dumb you can just like laugh at.
No, he's dumb. I laugh at him, not with him. Not for him, at him.
Fair enough. What else can we talk about? Fuck.
We didn't plan.
No, we didn't. We should have definitely planned more. We totally dove into this at first. It's your idea.
That's true. I was supposed to slip up. You guys like the bed?
Don't talk more like that. Don't know about my messy bed. I don't make my bed ever. So like
You're not
every.
supposed to. It's bad for you to make your bed.
Where'd you hear this?
Oh, we had to do a project on it in school during high school. You when you make your bed, after you go to bed, it locks in all the bacteria and like sweat that you had in your blanket, so that when you go back to bed, you're just going back into all that bacteria and sweat and grossness.
I can't imagine doing what I'm doing to my bed is also any better though.
Probably not.
Because I'll lump up into a ball pushed against the wall.
Probably not.
Got my flannel sitting on my bed.
Your mattress is at least open so that it can.
Yeah, at least my like
aerate.
fitted sheet isn't containing it all.
You have. I thought so.
What?
You have the like soft sheets.
Yeah, they're very. They have like these fuzzy spots on them. They feel like texture. It's really weird. I like it. I went back home.
Those.
I didn't. I think they did that after I washed them. They're very cheap stuff.
I need something like that.
Don't get one that hangs on the door.
I already have something that hangs on my door.
Yeah, don't get a shoe rack that hangs on your door though. Like
No.
that, because that just makes the door like scrape off the door frame. Get one that you can hang up like in your closet or something.
Yeah. I just don't have anywhere to put my shoes now that I share a bathroom.
I-
with someone.
Just don't have a closet room. Because I have my dresser back there in the closet.
I'm a fishy.
See that? Not a lot happened here before you came. Like, I didn't do a lot.
Maybe not.
Is it a woman?
It was Gibraltar. And what did we call him? Bob's girlfriend.
I mean, we can. I just don't think we should. I mean, I don't want to relive that moment. I don't want the world to know about that moment. Your new roommate also had an issue with that person.
Everybody had an issue with Bobette.
Sorry, no. Your roommate had a situation with that person.
No, you know what I recently found out? That he never told her that they were dating.
She just assumed it.
She said that she liked him. He was like, "Oh, cool. I think you're cool. I like you." And she goes, "Okay, we're dating now," and started telling everybody. And so he finally he kind of just gave in. But he was like, "Dude, not once did I ever say I was her boyfriend to her, to anybody." I'm like,
made it a point to walk up to me personally and be like, "I just want to let you know that me and what are we calling him?
Brad."
So she walked to me and goes, "I just want to let you know that me and Brad are dating now." And I just looked at her and I was like, "That's cool. Don't care." I walked away. And she was just very stunned that I didn't care. Bobette was an interesting character.
That's gonna.
Well, yeah. So if if one of our friends has a girlfriend, stop it. If one of our friends has a girlfriend, then going to call them that person's name.
If one of our female friends has a
boyfriend, it'll be a male version of their name.
Yeah. So it's like Sarah will do Sarah. Or Sari. That was not a good
The man, Sarah. Man, Sarah.
Man, Sarah. Sarah, man.
Sarah, man. Sarah, man, barely know him.
I'm still so mad that Calissa.
Shut up.
The way she fucking talked to me, dude.
Shut up.
I'm so mad.
Man got talked back to by a girl, and he's so upset about it.
She wasn't. I don't know her. I knew her name. We played dodgeball and basketball and shit. She was so snarky to
Called
me.
you forgettable.
She called me forgettable.
Which is wild because at the time you were one of the most recognizable people in the world.
I set that down. Emo. That's fucking clear. All I'm wearing is black right now.
Split
I still
dye.
have some of the eyeliner
Split dyed your hair.
Emo. I had sparkly black Vans on. Like everything that you would recognize me. And she went, I don't know. Must be forgettable then.
Must not have been very memorable. And you're 6'3". Like tall motherfucker, emo, fucking 9 yards, fucking. Oh, must not have been very memorable. That's wild.
I'm having a problem with my hair today. Come here. There we go. I look like I'm balding.
It's me every day. What else can we talk about? Sheesh.
Like I know it.
Oh, I don't know what else to talk about. I want to make this podcast funny.
It's like 35 minutes. How long do you podcast?
Usually hour. Yikes.
Alright. I spy. No.
I got a lot of really bad money spending habits in college. So that right there is a Razor MX650 electric dirt bike. They call it a dirt rocket, I believe. It's a really weird name.
You want to hop on my dirt rocket?
I bought it used, $475. And then had to buy $100 of batteries for it. So about $575 in the hole for it. Love that thing. I spent a lot of time with it. I ride it every day. It's great. I love it. But like, definitely a big money expense that I probably shouldn't have done. My gaming PC is like almost $2,000. Like, put a lot of money into that. I've bought 3 jumbo Funko Pops from Dragon Ball. I have bought 2 U2s. I have a terrible money spending habits. I bought a Switch OLED. I need to stop.
I bought a car.
He bought a car before he had college, which is like useful. You know, crazy.
It's a very ugly colored car.
It's like the nastiest gold color I've ever seen.
The gold 2009 Ford Focus. Love the car. Hate the color.
Crimson Chin.
Crimson Chin. Show him.
No. I own a tapestry that I bought from Spencer's as a joke because he bought one and I wanted to buy one because it was
I
cool.
don't own mine anymore.
He no longer owns this. He gave his away.
Gave mine to my phone.
I think it's funny, and I would hang it up. And it's not socially acceptable for me to hang this tapestry up. Yeah. I saw a picture of you doing that as a tapestry in my wall. He's just going. You know, funny that someone walking over and goes, "Who is that and why?"
I need an adult to be an adult. So go get Z.
I need an adult. I am an adult. No, you are not.
No, you are not.
It's a great Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Save me, gun.
Oh my god. When money spending happens in college, I've gotten really bad. I've had to put a lot of money in my car. I buy a lot of dumb things. I don't know. I see something I want, and I'm just like, I'm an adult. I can buy it, and then I just go buy it. And then later, someone's like, "Why'd you buy that?" And I'm like, "Cause I had the money." And they're like, "You don't." I'm like, "You right?"
Had keyword. At one time.
Bought color changing light bulbs that I can connect to my Google Home.
I can't even see that.
No.
You see the.
You can see the blue right here. You see the blue of
I'm
my.
struggling so hard.
Wow, where is it? It's whoa.
Around the world.
It's right there. You can see the blue dripping down. My key light's very bright right now. Usually it's not this bright, but like on his hair, you can see it. It's blue. It's reflecting the light very well from above him. Gives you a nice ambient.
My hair also has blue in it.
It's a very. It's a
Ugly color. I'm re-dyeing my hair.
Really?
Split dyeing it purple and pink.
Because you can't do it green and red. Because you.
Also, who the fuck would want Christmas colors on their forehead?
No, but you can't do it green or red.
Yeah.
Because I told you to do black and green or something, and you're like, I can't see that, and I'm like, oh
Green is
right.
Ugly.
It's because you're colorblind like a moron.
Ugly.
God, I don't know what else to talk about. Like, it's just so bad. We should prep for next episode.
We will.
We should prep better for next
We're
episode.
gonna do these like every Saturday.
You can do that
What's today?
Saturday.
Oh,
We
we
can-
have a weekend.
We could record Saturdays and post every like Wednesday or something. We're not done.
Oh.
We've still got like 20 minutes.
Fuck.
We gotta talk about something. We had a friend get their car broken into.
Like second week of school.
Yeah, second week of them being here. Lights are on in my buddy's car, John's car. And I texted him like, hey, just want to let you know, campus police, I saw your lights on your car. I'm texting you about that, but also campus police just rolled up and they're about to search your car.
We've just gotten done with a basketball tournament.
And yeah, that I'd sprained my ankle at.
We won.
Technically.
No technicality, we won.
Lost first game, fought our way back. It was double elimination, so we had to beat the team in the finals twice because they won every game. Beat them in the first game, and we were like tied in the second game, and then I sprained my ankle, and we had to call it.
Yeah, we hurt too many people.
That was a rough day. It was fun though. It was a good time. Absolutely. Dude, we can't say that. We can't say that we won. We didn't win.
I can say whatever I want. We won the first game.
We did. We lost them. We lost them once.
Freedom of
Beat them the second time we faced them, and we had to beat them one more time, and I got hurt in the second game.
baby eggs.
But anyway, we were
Baby ankles.
I was outside, and I saw his lights were on his car, and so I called him or texted him or something. I was like, "Hey, campus police at your car, like, you should come down." Comes down, had a prescription bottle in his car,
Yeah, that was not in his name.
not in his name.
Did not say John Doe on it.
Nope, it literally wasn't. And
Sisters.
yeah, and so campus police was very concerned. I had to talk to him, like, hey, you know, what the hell? So that was rough. That was fun. That was fun to
It was
talk
a
about.
fun night. Walked home.
I tried to give you a ride.
I didn't want you
Literally had
driving.
a seat in my car.
Didn't even want you driving.
I told you could have drove my car. Stop showing the Pokemon cards. They don't care.
I care.
They don't.
That one card was worth $1.
That was a card I pulled that you're so hyped about.
Yeah, and then I
Being
found out it
$1.
was fucking
$1.
$1. The other one was $7.
The one that you weren't as hyped about was more expensive. Yeah. That happened. Well.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, that's happened. That was like second week of you guys being here.
God, my first car crash here.
You mean in Pennsylvania?
First car crash ever.
Was in Pennsylvania.
Was here.
You say like, at the school?
It was on my way here.
Yeah, you're on your way here, so you'd just gotten over PA.
Yeah, crossed the border. I thought we weren't supposed to say what state we were in.
It's a state. It's a very large
Got it.
state.
So
It's a very large state. I don't think it
I
matters.
originate from a different state called Ohio.
That doesn't exist.
You might not have heard of it because it doesn't exist to the PA people.
Dude, there's so many people outside of PA who also say that you'd be so upset when you go to a different state and they also
I'm
tell
gonna be
you
so
Ohio
upset
doesn't
with the
exist.
comments of this video and like
And
it's
everyone
just like,
says-
where the fuck is Ohio? What's that? Like, But I originate from Ohio. That's where I'm from. Wow, my fucking tank lines do not work with this. Your lights do me no justice.
Talk about your story.
On my way home, I had just crossed a toll booth, and I was kind of gassing it, and there was a single lane highway. Like, it went from 4 lanes to 1. So I sped up, got behind this really nice, like, Audi. Like, it was an Audi S8, like, right in front of me. Car behind me was a car, it was an older car. 2 cars ahead was a truck. Black, like, Ford F-150, pavement princess, like, all the way. And for some reason, he was mad at the dude behind him, because he decided to brake check him in a single lane going 60 miles per hour on the highway. Car stopped in time. Car behind that stopped in time. Car in front of me did not. Had to swerve off the road. I did not. Swerved onto the other side. Car behind me bumped into me, and I bumped into the Audi in front of me. There's a crack about that big on my front bumper. Not too much damage. Busted out one of my front brakes, which we got that fixed. But that sucked. That was my first ever accident. Wasn't even in the state I'm from.
Did the Audi have any damage?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But
did you have to pay for their damage?
No. We ended up pulling out to an Arby's on an exit. Got onto the exit, pulled out. The truck that had brake checked had peeled out. And nobody followed, which kind of sucks because I totally would have followed. Just be like, what's your problem? But we talked about it and decided that because it was neither of our faults, we didn't need to, like, none of our 3 faults, it was just going to happen. We didn't need to exchange information. And it was only external damage. There was no internals besides my brakes, which were brand new, but whatever. I mean, a little bit of money down the drain. It's whatever.
And everyone got out safe, which is the main
That's
thing.
the main thing, is we were all okay. But first, PA drivers can't drive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not.
They're aggressive.
You guys might have bad roads, but, like, we can't drive.
Dude, I just said recently on Friday that PA drivers, y'all have really great roads, really nice cars, but y'all can't drive. But you can drive. But, like, Pittsburgh City people, like the city and Philadelphia City, like, they're not drivers. And this girl walked up to me and just about almost slapped me for saying that. I was like, I'm from Ohio. She's like, well, at least my car's not falling apart. My ex-dorm room buddy, we went to the mall, and he's from PA. I opened his door, his passenger door, and his bumper fell off. I think your cars are falling apart still.
So, the thing with PA is that we have, like, very strict inspection, and so, like, if your car's rusting apart, you know, you're not gonna drive it.
What are we calling Bob's car is rusting apart?
Well, the problem is if you go to a shop where, like, the person knows you and knows your family, they'll basically pass you as long as your car runs.
Sounds like y'all cheat.
Y'all just don't do inspection at all. I think you guys are cheating more.
Look at E-checks.
Oh, E-checks. Got gas in it? Oh, it runs. It's good.
That's not true! All of our electronics and internals have to work. We just don't care about rust.
Which is a big problem with a lot of cars. Because when your car starts to rust a lot, you should know about it so you can get it fixed.
Just put some Coke on it.
Coke?
Isn't Coke, like, rust away?
Oh, yeah, right. But yeah, like, so the stereotype for Ohio is that because you guys don't have checks like that, you guys don't have you have emissions checks, but you don't have you have really bad roads, and your cars are all falling apart. We have some cars that are falling apart, but most of them are pretty solid. He's playing Pokemon Go during the podcast. He has no comprehension to want to do this.
Caught a shiny Dragonite today.
What? I'm naming it. I'm naming this Dragonite. Hold on.
It's gonna be something bad. Is it gonna be able to be said on podcast?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's just Red Dragon.
he's red. Is he red?
No, he's not. But do you not know what Red Dragon is? Or is it Bad Dragon? Oh my bad, it's Bad Dragon. Ha! Wrong name, sorry. Red Dragon's my friend Discord. I don't know why I thought
Red
that.
Dragon also makes gaming mice and keyboards.
Yeah, Red Dragon is normal company.
I was so confused.
That's-
I was like, his shiny form under him is pink.
No, why?
I was told that shiny Dragonite is green. Is he green?
He is green.
Because his normal form is orange. I struggle with
There you go.
shinies. I like that you also spelled dragon wrong the first time, but you fixed it this time.
Go to Bad Dragon.
You put 2 G's in it as well.
I spelled it wrong twice then, because when I spelled it again to put Bad Dragon, I put Bad Dragon. Dragon.
You're on campus.
Oh my god. I've been in car accidents. Before I went to college, my mom used to have a thing where every year during the winter she'd get in an accident.
Your mom used to have a thing.
She had a record of like every year she would get into an accident, and it was weird because like she's not a bad driver. I wouldn't say my mom's a bad driver at all, but like every year we would hit like a patch of black ice and slide off the road. She would go into a ditch like every year because we have really bad roads back home because it's all done by our county, and our county kind of sucked. Because our roads were never fully plowed. They weren't salted properly. Like we always had a lot of bad like ice issues.
You do live like
Rural, like
rural areas
country.
for sure.
we live fairly country. Like so country that when I'm talking on my front porch, my neighbors can hear my conversation. By like can just hear me. But yeah, so like lots of times like my mom had like every year we'd had an accident. Well, so my first accident I'd ever been in, like with me driving, was I was leaving my my career center. I was heading into town to get some food for me and my mom, and I was picking her up from the school. My mom worked at the high school I went to. I was picking her up from school, and we were going home. And it was my last day of my career technical center. It was the year I graduated, and I was on my way into town, and there was a tow truck, a flatbed tow truck, hauling a car on the tow truck, then a car behind it. And there was a car in front of me, between me and that truck, and the cars it was towing. So, the tow truck, I was just kind of like, was spaced out driving because I had gotten to what I guess my health teacher called it the dead zone, which is where you just get comfortable driving and you kind of don't, you stop paying attention to the things you're supposed to pay attention to while driving, like the sides of the road, all that stuff. I kind of zoned out, and the tow truck decided it was going to pull over and let us pass, even though he was driving speed limit. Like, he didn't have to let us pass. He just decided he was going to, and I wasn't prepared for that, but the guy in front of me was, so the guy in front of me started to stop, and I had a lot of space between us, and by the time I looked up, I had closed that gap pretty well, and I didn't have enough time. I slammed the brakes, and I ended up crushing into the back, not crushing, but like hitting the back of his car.
Are you in the car you're in now, or a different car?
It was in my mom's car. My mom's Jeep Cherokee. And we wound up, because the truck was pulling off into this like bar parking lot to let us pass, and he was going to get back on the road. And so we had to wind up just pulling off into the parking lot. And we got out and exchanged information, all that stuff. My sister had just gone off work, so she drove in the car I was in. My mom got a ride from one of the other teachers from the school. All this went down, covered it. It was rough. Like, it was a bad incident. Totally just like happened, but
How many cars has your mom been through?
not a lot really.
They've
She
been
had a-
repaired?
Yeah, usually they haven't been bad. Z money. They haven't been like bad problems. Where are you going?
Go and talk to Z1 here.
We're on a podcast. We're 5 minutes away from the end. Where are you going?
Podcast. Hi.
We're filming our podcast, and we're 5 minutes away from being done. He's just leaving.
You guys are in a podcast?
We're starting one. Hi, Z Money. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Hi, this is my roommate Z Money.
I'm the new co-host.
You can be a co-host occasionally. We can bring you in. We're 5 minutes from ending this podcast. He just left.
Why?
I don't know. He just stood up and left.
Valid.
And we were talking about cars. And we were talking about like car accidents we've been in and stuff
Oh.
recently, like just now.
Well, no wonder he left. He doesn't want to get into another car accident.
He has been in one.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome
Hi.
back to the podcast. We're 5 minutes away from ending. You just decided to up and leave.
Because now we got 3 of us.
Fair enough. Can they hear you? Talk.
Me? Yeah.
Oh, good enough. We'll bring the mic.
No, we're good.
Wait, you're just using your headset
I
mic?
don't have a mic to plug in.
Yeah. I
This is what
think
we've
I'm
been
gonna
using.
buy
To be fair, that's what I did for the voiceover for the Cheetos video. So
You know those big snowball mics that you
JJ
used to
has
have in
them.
like school? I think I'm gonna get one.
My roommate has them, but he's not here, so I couldn't borrow it from him.
it's actually not that bad of a mic.
No, Snowball. Blue makes really good mics. Blue makes a lot of really good mics.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be getting one soon so that we have a.
I want to get a Go XLR so I can use my my mics that I have.
You know,
Go XLRs are
Shereen-
expensive.
I'm getting a Rode on camera mic.
Rode camera mics are Rode mics are phenomenal. Alright, how about car accidents? You've been in a car accident.
I was in a car accident, and
You wanna talk
boy,
about-
is it an interesting
You
one.
wanna tell the story of your car accident?
So I was on my way to the first Comic-Con that I've ever gone to, Steel City Con. It was in Monroeville, and I hit the gas when I should have hit the brake, and just rammed into the car in front of me.
Were they stopping, or did you just like accidentally just fully floor the gas?
They were already stopped at the stoplight.
Stop! You just hear from behind. You just.
But here's the thing. So was I. I was stopped too, and we were inching forward, and I guess I inched into the back of their car.
Really hard.
So, this being my first accident, of course the first thing I do is call my mom.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Were you
Right?
by
And-
yourself?
What? Yeah, I was by myself.
Were you full cosplayed up when this happened?
Yes.
I knew it.
And that's why I didn't get out of the car. Because I didn't want me, as the Joker, to come up right next to their car and then be like, hey, sorry,
How you doing?
it's me, the Joker.
I'm like a car chasing cars. You just go with some like really bad quip from the movies.
Why so serious?
Why
It's just a
so
car
serious?
accident.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I just love the idea that like you just hear like you're all stopped, you just hear crunch.
And then it's just like the Joker's maniacal laugh.
Give me that. Give me the.
I'm playing.
No, we're filming a podcast. You're never gonna want to do this.
I think I'm never gonna want to do this.
You don't have like the mental capacity to just sit here and talk to a camera.
No, because okay, so because we're in and we're about to complete our first thing. Our original idea was that we were gonna have dorm room stories told in the dorm. We were gonna go in my old place's living room. We were gonna set up a webcam and some mics, and I'll have that. And we were gonna invite people over, but there was gonna be 4 of us, 3 or 4 of us. It really depended. It was gonna be my old roommate, both my old roommates, Zach and I. Now, I'm not talking to one of my old roommates because we had a fight. My other old roommate totally forgot that this even existed. So Zach and I are trying to keep it on. So we were totally winging this today.
Totally, things are gonna change throughout
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like, this isn't gonna be the always occurring scene. We could have like multiple different scenes by the time we finally finalize what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't how things are gonna look.
We'll have different microphones.
Absolutely.
Sometimes there won't be a face cam. Sometimes we'll have other face cams, like different places. It's just, this is our first video. It's
First
a
run of it.
test. We'll
It's-
see how we feel about it in the end.
This really is just our what do they call it? what's the first episode? The pilot. This is like the pilot
Yeah, it's
for
a
the.
pilot. We're not.
We're
It's not
testing
that I don't
things.
have an
This one
attention span.
does
It's just
have
we
a
didn't
face cam though, right?
plan.
Yes.
This one has a face
This is gonna go to YouTube because we don't have anywhere else to really post right now, so we're just gonna post them to
cam.
YouTube.
He goes,
Hi,
"Hi."
YouTube.
He came in like the last 5 minutes of
Yeah.
the podcast because you said you were gonna walk out.
I heard him
The
talking.
last 5 minutes of the podcast, and I finally say hi, YouTube.
Yeah, this is just kind of like what we're trying out for now, and then things will definitely change. Things will upgrade. Things will get better.
So is this on a separate channel to your?
Yes, this will be on a separate channel than my channel. Yeah.
I'm also thinking of having a separate channel for gaming.
I'm gonna put everything usually on one channel.
I wouldn't put podcasts on the same channel.
No,
we do
but the
games, though.
podcast is gonna go on like a podcast, like a dedicated podcast channel.
Yeah, we
It's
can-
gonna have a separate email, all that stuff that we're all gonna have access to.
I could probably get someone to draw us characters.
That'd be cool.
I mean, you already have a character,
I do have mine.
That would be awesome.
but I know people who do good art. I could try to get my ex-girlfriend to do art for me. She might.
Colby's good at art. I don't know if he would want to draw us. You can ask.
We're gonna start wrapping this episode up in a minute because we are beyond the hour mark, which was our goal, was to hit
Also,
the
I
hour.
have to let my roommate into our other dorm.
No, not for another hour and a half.
Ben, not.
Hunt. What do we call him? Fuck.
Brad.
Brad. That's the name.
Brad,
We're using
Chad, and
fake
Dad.
names. Fake names for people that we don't know if they want their name shared or not.
Oh, okay.
Usually we tell stories because the goal is like to tell stories of like events that have happened
Yeah.
in our
Get
life here,
stories from
whatever.
other people.
So basically, you're a ripoff of Distractable,
No.
telling different
No.
stories
No.
with 3 people.
No. Because there's not always gonna be 3 people, and we're not competing. We're just
Also,
telling
people
stories.
Can come in and tell
That's
their
true.
own.
Yeah.
Send them to us.
We'll find them on Reddit. Like we'll do all that kind of stuff. Is we're gonna like find stories, stuff like that all the time. Like
I
the
see.
goal is just to tell stories and.
I assume you already explained all this at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Our formula isn't set in stone yet. Like it could be like the majority of it's like college stories, but like we definitely slipped out of college stories and told stories that didn't involve that weren't in college and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we
Just
haven't been in
following
college. We've only been in college for a year.
Me and you have, and he's only been here for
3 months.
3 months. So
Oh, yeah.
so it is very hard for us to just have college stories. So the goal is to just tell stories in general from everywhere, from like
I mean,
high
that's
school,
why it's
college,
called
whatever.
Dorm room stories.
'Cause we're-
Stories told in the dorm.
Yeah, we're telling stories in the dorm room, not telling stories
About the dorm.
about the dorms or anything like that. But like, yeah, we want to tell a lot of college stories because college stories are pretty fun to listen to.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, lame that we're a dry campus, so we can't tell certain stories. But
yeah, but at the end of the day, like, we wouldn't want to tell a story about someone who's underage drinking stuff like that. Like, that's not PogChamp. So
we're respectful in this house. No, that's someone saying.
we respect people in
We
this house.
respect people in this house.
So, is this going to get edited down, or is this just
No.
like all raw?
Cold cut, no cold cut,
Oh no.
cold raw cut, raw uncut posts.
I like it raw.
We know. Surprising you don't have a kid yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the goal
So,
is.
is this the end?
Yeah.
Sometimes same. Going back to that whole kid thing, my bad. Sometimes same.
that's for next episode.
Yeah.
We'll talk about sex next episode.
Oh, bet.
We'll do a sex episode.
All right.
So-
So,
You want to come to the sex episode with first time someone who has no
Yes!
experience?
yes, let's do it.
Full disclosure, Z-Money's a virgin.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this will be a fun episode to have him on, I think.
Let's go.
There's gonna be a lot of weird looks he's gonna give us during that episode, I feel like.
And you made this.
Alright. Well, we're gonna close off this episode.
All right, takeaways.
We got
You like it raw.
takeaways from the last 10 minutes that he's been in here.
You like it raw.
Takeaways are the goals of this podcast, just to tell stories and have fun. I
Don't
mean,
do drugs, kids.
don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol until you're 21. Then it's fine.
Drugs, not hugs. I mean,
Hugs, not drugs.
I mean,
I don't hug people. Yeah, I mean, the end goal of this is just to have a good time. So, if you want to leave comments and stuff of stories, like let us know. We'll probably read them and try and share them on the podcast.
Yeah, and if you're watching and you have any of our DM messages, Snapchat, Instagram, feel free to just text us.
I have a
Hey,
Twitter. If you want to DM me on Twitter, that's cool.
we can hook up. I can hook up like my Instagram or something, and you can DM me through there.
My Instagram is ZachAttack, Zach_attack3. Wait. Oh my god. I don't even know my own Instagram. It's Zach_attack_3.5. It's
I'll be making
too long.
a different Instagram to put on
Yeah.
specifically for this channel.
That would be
Yeah,
a good
this
idea.
channel will be completely separated from my YouTube channel, his Twitch channel, his YouTube channel.
And my YouTube channel,
Wait.
which is just ZachAttack35.
Yeah.
No underscores or anything.
We'll leave our stuff plugged.
Oh yeah, we'll put it in the description of like the people who usually co-host stuff like that. So you can find Z Money here at ZachAttack35 on YouTube, Chesmeister and Chesmeister1 on Twitch, and Patient Zero on Twitch.
Or
Patient Zero
it's
8.
Crimson on YouTube.
And we'll link all that stuff in the descriptions of the videos and in the channel stuff as well, in the channel bio, the about page. Or raid? No. If we do get sponsored by them, what the fuck will we do?
We're not taking
Okay.
it.
I'll sell out my own channel then.
I'm not selling.
I'll
I'm
be
not selling
the-
our podcast
I'll be the guy
channel.
who does all the sponsors. I'll be the sponsor advertiser guy.
I'll just be the good looks.
I feel like we. Well, hold on. You have to have the.
Like, I won't even be.
Wow.
I won't even be in that episode, but they'll just edit me in, and I'll just be like, Raid Shadow Legends,
We will have to all agree on advertisements we take.
Sade Battle Legends.
We will all. The very understanding is we're not to collaborate and talk about things.
None of those.
None of those.
I'll
Okay.
set us up
It
with
might not
a.
be, it's Crimson anymore. We'll figure
I'll
it
set us up a YouTube channel for this, and we'll get going on that.
out. Yeah, I'll
on
do an
more matches.
Instagram for us. We'll have some things later on. For right now, we have the podcast, but we'll have things later on.
We'll bio everything as it comes in. Keep an eye out for that
It's the
stuff.
longest outro I've ever heard.
We'll have
Thank
better
you guys.
outro days.
Bye.
We will. We'll have a good time. Bye.